Okay, so we just watched something. I guess you call these movies.
I think they're movies.
So we watched Deathstalkers 1 and 2. 1 is... I don't know how to explain this. Pat, would you like to explain Deathstalkers 1?
Deathstalker 1 is... I still don't know what it's about. Like, I just watched... It's about rape. There's a lot of rape.
There's nothing but rape. Do your best to explain the plot of this thing.
So there's a witch that tells him that there's 3 items of creation. There's a sword and an amulet and a chalice. Yeah, he's got the chalice, right? Yeah. And she wants him, this warrior named Deathstalker, to go and...
His actual name is Deathstalker.
His name is Death... I told you they were going to say it.
You called it.
I didn't know they were going to say it so much, but they said it. Death. But he's supposed to go get these items of creation to hold them from... to keep them from the king, the false king.
Right, who is the villain, he's like an evil wizard.
Yeah, the hero of this movie is not a hero at all.
No,
he's a rapist.
He's a serial rapist.
The beginning of the movie is him saving a girl from rape. His choreography is garbage.
Right,
and then rapes her.
Right,
Attempts to rape her.
Right. Yeah, Deathstalker's gonna rape her. All right, our hero's doing the raping. All right, good God. Yeah, luckily she scurries away.
She scurries away
because someone interrupts
that
the
old
rape.
Man.
Yeah, who happened just to walk up.
Yeah.
Who is the king apparently?
No, was that the king?
Yeah, he was the king.
Yeah,
and we never see him again. After the witch tells Deathstalker where the sword is, he gets the sword, and we see a really I like this. There's a little puppet inside the cave. And
it was a little fucking labyrinth type puppet.
Right, yeah, and then he throws the sword to Deathstalker, and then Deathstalker attacks like a giant. Yeah. But he just kind of clings on him, and he's cutting.
Well, it was
skulls off of him.
Well, it was kind. Yeah.
I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Catch!
He's a lightsaber. What? Once Deathstalker rapes blonde woman.
I didn't know we get so much Deathstalker in this movie.
His actual name is Deathstalker. He just came out and is going to rape her. They wake up and they go to Villain's lair, like the castle, I guess. They never really say where this is. And it's just an orgy rape. It's just women getting raped.
It is.
And at one point we see a hog man.
There's a lot.
Hog head.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that scene. You got rape and jugglers and then acrobatics.
There's acrobats.
And it's just
they're
weird.
flipping around.
And it's this is one of many times that you're reminded that there seem to be no protagonists in this movie.
No.
There's nobody that you can really root for because they're raping too.
Right, everyone rapes him. The only one that doesn't rape is the villain. But in true 80s fashion, which I respect this because it was the 80s, that the villain does not touch a woman in
He's
this.
pretll much asexual.
Yeah,
Villains are asexual.
Yeah, he is. In this, he does not touch a woman. And he's just this is my new wife. And he's I'll offer her up to anyone who wants her. And he chains her to the rock. And then that's whenever Pigman's I'll rape her.
And in honor of this occasion, the first appearance of my newest bride.
By rules of the 80s, she will be offered up to
the winner.
His head you know, guard or whatever, or something. Or a second in command or some shit.
Who will stand for the court in this most pleasant power?
He's still playing in the mud. He's just.
Oh, Pigman is he the? He's the second in command.
That's BDSM, Pigman.
You are perfect.
Are they chanting rape?
Rape! 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 Everybody starts fighting.
Yeah, that's right.
Regardless
there's
of
the big brawl.
Everybody starts fighting.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Because there's the big brawl, and Deathstalker just stands there. He does nothing. And then blonde woman that was raped earlier, Tits McGee,
the one that
she goes to save the princess who's chained up. And then that's whenever Pigman is gonna. He's like, fuck it, I'll rape her. And then Mudman saves her, and they start fighting. And then blonde woman goes to try to break her free, and then that's whenever Pigman and Mudman start fighting the blonde woman.
It's just, this movie makes no sense.
And then Deathstalker, after she kind of gets beat up, Deathstalker goes to rescue her, kind of. But he doesn't really rescue the blonde woman. He rescues the chained up princess.
Yes, and he gets her in his arms,
right.
And then that's whenever the villain,
Morak. I have no idea what the fuck his
Morak or something.
I have no clue what his name is.
He stops him from leaving, and he's like, "Where do you think you're going?" He's like, "I'm taking her to my room."
Where are you planning to take her with you?
For the night, anyway.
She is mine, you know.
You just said she was the prize.
But I think she fancies you. I'll have her send to your chamber when the excitement is over.
Yeah, he's like, after the festivities are over, I will send her to your room. And then that's kind of the callback to whenever he sends the henchman, who is the man
that gets raped
by Deathstalker. Yeah, so there's that.
You will go alone with this. Someone he won't suspect must kill him.
He won't suspect me.
He won't suspect Princess Cordelia.
But you never... Wait, I know what you're thinking. Don't... No?
I'm growing breasts.
He's gonna turn him into a woman?
Yeah.
He turned her into the princess.
Yeah.
Slash woman. And then the blonde woman shows up topless.
Yeah.
Because she just walks around no clothes.
And then that woman turns back into a man, and he tries to immediately rape her.
Yes. So, yes. He literally walks through the door.
See, my thinking is, if he went through the traumatizing experience... Right,
you would think it would...
Yeah.
Maybe do something with his brain to where he's like, rape is bad.
Yeah.
But it literally...
To experience yourself that kind of trauma...
Right.
Seems like
as a woman.
Seems like it would turn you off from rape. But the first thing he does when he has a dick again... When he has a dick again, he's like...
I'm going to rape you.
I'm going to...
What's wrong with you?
Won't be as much fun later.
Little puppet in a box.
Oh, right, the pup. I love the puppet in the box.
His little It from Addams Family.
Yeah, I love that. At one point he's like dipping a finger in blood and like feeding it to the little puppet. I really do enjoy that puppet. That's a really cool puppet. Which you know, I loved it. I love the little puppet thing. That was pretty cool. But we never see the puppet die.
No, never.
We never see the puppet get stolen. It just goes away. It just eats some fingers and an eyeball.
Nick, there's a lot of things in this movie that aren't explained.
Goes away.
There are a lot of things that aren't explained.
Yeah, but that was a shame though. I want to see that puppet do something, and it does absolutely nothing.
The illusion of the many villains, and they didn't even bother getting people that looked even remotely like him. There's one guy all the way on the left.
Oh, right, yeah.
While there's like tens of them, there's one really skinny guy off to the side that barely looks like...
Yeah.
All the power comes to me.
All the power comes to
All
me.
the power comes to me.
Deathstalker. And then he starts...
he starts slashing at him.
He starts cutting down brooms.
It's just brooms with hoods on them, yeah.
It's like brooms with hoods on
I
them.
loved it. I loved it.
Oh, man.
Loved it. That was great.
It was just so...
That was great. That was
such a lazy, lazy film. You get some sort of satisfaction with the villain getting drawn and quartered by horses. Like he just kind of explodes.
Oh right, yeah, we talked about. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he just kind of explodes.
That's right, because that's what happens. Because whenever Deathstalker throws the villain into the crowd, they tie him up to the horses, and they do the slap the ass, and the horses, rip him into 4 different pieces. Well, they're gonna rip him in 4 pieces. All right, that was cool. Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, they do.
Like that,
they do.
They actually did a cool effect. Like you actually get ripped apart and shit.
Pretty much,
cool.
mob justice.
Yeah, but it does sum up the 1980s pretty well.
Yeah,
because it has all the beats. It has like the orgy room. It has
the asexual villain.
Right. The villain, the asexual villain. It has just the goofiness of nothing makes any sense. It has puppets.
Yeah, puppets.
You want to watch Deathstalkers? It's something. I don't think I'd call it a movie. It's something. But
it's not entertainment. I can say that.
I mean, the rape thing doesn't necessarily... I mean, it's terrible. But if there was, like, a story to it as to why they rape so much, and there was a plot behind it, maybe I could understand why they raped. But it's literally just like horny dudes just raping women constantly.
There's so much rape in that movie that we've said rape so many times.
That's the thing. Like I've never said rape so much in like less than an hour before. That's all this fucking movie is.
It's all that movie is.
Let's go to Deathstalker 2, which we'll state right off the bat had no rape in it.
Deathstalker 2. It's a collection.
No rape in it.
No rape whatsoever. I already knew that I enjoyed this movie way more than Deathstalker 1. From the beginning, it was like, oh, this movie is going to be entertaining. It's not going to take itself too seriously. It's actually playing up the hamminess of the genre. Sometimes it's a little bit too much, but they really it's a lot of fan service. If you know what
I don't know if I'd call Deathstalker 2 fan service. It's just cheese. It is straight cheesy comedy.
Some people
it's slapstick. It is legitimate slapstick comedy. Like the little gags they say and
the dialogue. The
dialogue is corny and cheesy. I mean, it is just this is literally Deathstalker 2 is a comedy. It is a fucking They went from like dramatic rape thing, whatever the hell this is, whatever the fuck Deathstalker is, to a comedy. Like that's the thing. They went like the complete opposite spectrum.
So much so that I feel like they should have changed the name, because it doesn't make sense that somebody named Deathstalker is the Prince of Thieves. Like that's just not.
I'll tell you what happened. This was a different movie, and they were like Deathstalker made some money, so like, well, fuck it, let's just slap the name Deathstalker on it. That'll get the rape crowd to come out to watch it. And I'm surprised that people didn't get murdered in theaters Because there was no rape in this movie.
So many sexually frustrated 50-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
We're like, we just want to see some rape, and then
I wore my trench coat for this.
Right? Yeah. Let's start from the beginning with this thing. I don't remember how this even starts. It starts off with them in that shitty set, and it starts off with the Indiana Jones gag.
Yeah, they hit the Indiana Jones gag because he's the Prince of Thieves and he's stealing something out of a box that's on a pedestal.
Right.
And then he fights, and then it cuts to her being thrown out of a city. I think they were throwing her out of the whole city because she says she's an oracle and she was charging people for her visions.
Right.
And we were like, oh.
And this woman in this may be the worst actress in the history of films.
It was so bad.
It was literally unbearable.
I see someone else. Dark.
This is so bad.
This is bad.
Oh my
This
God.
is real bad. The princess is being imprisoned by Jack, an evil sorcerer.
Are there any other kind?
He's also a great swordsman.
She was fucking
even greater than Deathstalker.
the producer or something, man.
He's laughing at you. Come and get me, Deathstalker.
And we were wondering, why is this woman in this movie? And I looked up on Wikipedia, and this woman was dating the director at the time. That's the only reason she's in this film. And she has 2 parts. She has 2 parts.
She has 2 parts. And she's in almost every fucking scene of this movie.
And she won't shut up.
And she is terrible.
There's no reason for her to have that many lines.
Oh my God. Like, it just... I mean, her voice is annoying. Her facial expressions are terrible. And it's really bad, too, because you can tell that the guy, our lead in this, Deathstalker 2, doesn't give a shit.
No.
Like, he is having fun. He's having a good time. He knows this movie's a piece of shit. He doesn't care. He is hamming it up.
He is
hamming it up.
Entire film, he's cheesing.
Yeah.
So much.
You gotta get up pretty early in the morning to catch the Prince of Thieves.
And then she's actually attempting to act. And it is mind-blowing how bad she is.
You're about to become very rich woman.
I was just starting to enjoy poverty.
Come on.
What the?
Oh.
This isn't adventure. It's just damn scary.
Yeah.
Oh God, she's so bad.
Another thing about this movie is it's so completely lazy that they reused...
Yeah.
Like, not even a little bit. They reused a lot of footage from Deathstalker 1 in situations that it's, like, obviously not even the same room.
It's a totally different area.
It's a
totally different area.
Totally different area.
Yeah.
Totally different lighting. Totally different vibe. You know what? I already like this one way more. It's so much better for Schlocky. That guy makes me.
Yeah, that guy's back.
That guy's back. This is the
exact
same
shot.
scene.
This is the same fucking scene.
Those are the exact same shots. They reuse shots. Cut to the party in this really, really ridiculously...
With this cheesy comedic fight scene, like fight sequence going on over here. This is beer. It's just a box that says beer on it. It's that barrel over there. That's funny.
The barrels that say beer.
You see beer on them? Yeah, yeah.
It feels like they took that set design from like some
TV show they were working on,
or like one of the rides at Six Flags or Disneyland.
Yeah, exactly.
It looked like you were on the Yosemite Sam ride with the beer. Do you see where like the cutaways whenever Deathstalker's in the wrestling ring?
It's great.
How's it going?
This is a park.
There's a wrestling! I think there's at least one scene where she has him like on her shoulders and spinning him around. There's some really good dialogue, like some groan-worthy dialogue.
Oh, I don't know how many times I said "fuck you."
You said "fuck you" a lot.
It is pretty early in the morning.
Oh my god!
Fuck you!
It's so bad.
Fuck you!
Is that your sword, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, dude!
Fuck you! Fuck you!
That was so bad.
Come on, Hog's here. Big laughs, these guys. Next time I see him, it's gonna be on a plate next to some eggs.
Fuck you! You remember the really stupid joke where he's like, I have these 5 men to help me, and it's like generic villain 1, generic villain 2, generic villain 3, his name is Nick, I was like, fuck yes. Generic villain 4,
Russian.
and then it was the little midget villain, and he's like, he's the strongest one.
I've got just the butchers to do it. Say hello to Crazy Otto Rheingold, the mad Prussian, solely responsible for the Lemurian massacres that killed hundreds and left thousands homeless. I'm sure you recognize Ed the Head Shemansky, 5 years on the Gatesman strike force, part-time consultant to a...
Why are there Russians in this movie?
I don't know.
Drownings is specialty. Beside him, Nick the Crippler of Cats.
Hey, that's a dick, alright. This gets a win in my book.
Buddy Footstool Rosa, only recently dismissed by Ivan the
Boo. This is your shitty midget joke, boo.
Yeah, he instantly dies later by being blown
Yeah,
up.
which was hilarious. That was a funny gag.
And his shoes are like perfectly placed right next to each other and smoking.
Because Deathstalker throws a ninja star for some reason.
He has a ninja star.
He has a fucking ninja star. It kills the little midget guy, and then he blows up, and then that's when it cuts to the shoes, which is really funny. They blew his ass right on his shoes. Like that was a pretty good gag. Yeah.
But she
You remember
doesn't-
the really shitty Scooby-Doo
Yeah.
fucking like little sequence? Like in fucking Scooby-Doo where they run through the different doors.
Yeah, but that's what I liked about this movie was they had the gags, man. Like they had something to take the edge off because the acting is so bad and the stories are so bad.
It's bad.
And the dialogue is so bad and the set designs are so bad.
Oh, the very end of this movie.
Oh my god! I could after you pointed that out, I couldn't think of anything or I couldn't hear anything else besides whoosh
Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Yeah, and they used it a ton.
Yep, they got their money's
fucking ton.
They got their money's worth of that sound effect.
Yeah, they did.
The fucking sword sound effects.
Oh man, and that was like the laziest fight sequence because it's just like clang, 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 swoosh, 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 clang, clang, clang. It's like they're just like tapping the swords together. This is the laziest fucking fight scene. Look at this. It's just so lazy. And then it just the camera just kind of going around. There's like clang, 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 and then stab, and then that's it. Then it's over.
It was. They had better fight choreography than the first, by far.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't two like men slamming into each other. It was actually guys using swords. I have no idea how to use a sword, but at least they're attempting to try to use a sword. Would you recommend Deathstalker 1?
No.
Okay, Pat. Would you recommend Deathstalker 2?
Yes.
Explain to me why you would.
It's way more entertaining. There's not one boring part about this movie. It's all laughable. There's tons of things to point out and make fun
jokes.
of.
There's some jokes.
There's jokes. There's things that you can point out and just be like, this is so fucking ridiculous. How do they ever think that this is worth like a film role? You know what I mean? But it's schlocky, which is what you want.
I wouldn't call this schlocky. I would just call this shitty.
Nah, it's schlocky. It's got some cliche moments. It's one of those movies that it's great to watch with friends because everybody's going to see how, like Deathstalker 1, you put that on with some friends and you're gonna immediately have some people go, why are we watching this?
Yeah, Deathstalker 1's fairly depressing.
Yeah, because of all the rape.
Yeah.
But Deathstalker 2 is everybody's gonna enjoy it for one reason or another. There's plenty of things to find entertaining about this movie. I can't say the same thing about Deathstalker 1.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate both these movies. They're both pieces of shit.
They are.
I'll never watch either one of these again. But I especially hate Deathstalkers 2 because at least Deathstalker 1 is just bullshit. Like it's someone's like rape fetish thing. Deathstalker 2 does nothing for me. I hate this fucking movie. Like I dislike Deathstalker 1. I'll never watch Deathstalker 1 again. But fuck Deathstalker 2.
I mean,
this woman is terrible. The guy's funny. He's hamming it up. He's having a good time. But in general, the jokes aren't funny. It's too slapsticky. Which I know they were going for that, but it doesn't come off very well. So fuck both these movies, and I hate them both. If you do gotta watch these movies, do what me and Pat did. Get some beer. Or, you know, if you like to smoke, get some smoke or whatever.
Get some smoke.
You know, just
Jesus Christ, you're out of touch.
I don't smoke. But you know, get whatever you got to get your head right, because both these movies are terrible, and don't watch them sober. I would say fuck these movies.
All right then.
All right, that's it.